Most of the entrepreneurs or the individuals do not start a business because of lack of self-confidence. So here we are going to study about the traits of entrepreneurship. So how the entrepreneurship should be, or what are all the qualities of an entrepreneur. So decision making ability is also a part of entrepreneurship, where the entrepreneurs have to make a lot of decisions. Hello everyone, I am Dr. Nikhilavati S, Faculty of Commerce, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. I welcome you all for the sessions on the subject Entrepreneurship Development, which is a prescribed syllabus for 4th semester BCom of Mysuru University. So we were discussing the first chapter, that is entrepreneurship. In the previous session, we have seen what is entrepreneurship is all about, and we have also seen who is an entrepreneur and various types of entrepreneurship and types of businesses. And in this session, we are going to discuss some of the traits of entrepreneurship as well as factors promoting entrepreneurship and barriers to entrepreneurship. So we have seen that entrepreneurship is the process of setting up a business or an enterprise by an individual or a group of people with the objective of earning profit for a longer period of time. So either producing a new product or a service. So in this session, we will be studying about the traits of entrepreneurship. So generally, when traits refers to some of the inherent abilities, characteristics of an individual. So here we are going to study about the traits of entrepreneurship. So how the entrepreneurship should be, or what are all the qualities of an entrepreneur, or the characteristics of entrepreneurship. So here the traits of entrepreneurship includes the risk-taking ability. So the entrepreneurial process is a long journey. So there might be uncertainties that come across the way. So an entrepreneur must have this risk-taking ability to face all kinds of problems that may arise during the business. Maybe the problems in finance, or the problems in supply of raw materials, or profit earning, or the competition. So whatever the risk that may arise, the first and foremost ability of an entrepreneurship should be the risk-taking ability. So entrepreneurs generally take lot of risk in their business. Next is innovativeness. So innovativeness refers to the introduction of new ideas, new products, services, and new methods of production. So here an entrepreneur must be innovative. So especially if we take the example of a larger company or a large scale business, so to overcome the competition and also to stay in the market for a longer period of time, it is very important to be innovative from time to time. So by adopting innovative technologies, by introducing creative methods of production, by lowering the cost of production, as well as the creativity in terms and design or size of the products. So in that way, the entrepreneurship involves innovativeness. Next is vision and foresight. Vision means the ability to see the future opportunities, where an entrepreneur sees how is business in near future and what kind of business it will be in next few years or months. So say for example, if a coffee shop owner or an individual who wish to start a coffee shop in an area which is very famous and very popular for other coffees too. So there it shows his vision or foresight, that, and it also it is risk-taking ability, that is going to set up a coffee shop there and is going to earn profit and attract customers. So it also he has a vision. So foresight, that means, say for example, an educator might start a new channel of providing services like education various kinds of courses online. So before his channel becomes very popular, the minute he starts this, a new channel by providing, or a platform to provide educational videos, only shows his foresight. So next is leadership ability. So every entrepreneurship involves leadership abilities, where an entrepreneur must be a good leader in order to motivate his employees, especially to maintain and keep them inspired, and improve their productivity from time to time, as well as to keep them motivated even at the difficult times. So either in financial struggles or in the struggles during the work. Next is self-confidence. So self-confidence is very important, particularly in business. That's how most of the entrepreneurs or the individuals do not start a business, because of lack of self-confidence. So they're afraid, that fear of the society, or being misjudged, or easily judged if the company is in loss, or the people may say entrepreneurship or a business is an unstable profession. So it's not a profession where it brings a stable income. So all these issues, or in the initial stages, it's very quite common that the businesses may face losses sometimes. So there it's very important for an entrepreneur to keep himself confident and face all kinds of problems that arise. Moving forward, decision making ability. So decision making ability is also a part of entrepreneurship, where the entrepreneurs have to make a lot of decisions, starting from the idea stage to till the implementation stage, as well as in running the operations of the business also. On a day-to-day basis, the entrepreneur has to take a lot of decision. So that decision making ability and the ability to take decisions clearly and correctly very quickly is most important. Next is hard work and commitment. So every business involves lot of hard work and commitment. The entrepreneur must be able to sacrifice all kinds of leisure hours or luxury, where he pushes himself to work with more dedication and hard work. So it's very important, and commitment, sometimes he might not be able to give a proper time to his personal things or a family, whereas he must commit himself with the objectives of the organization. Next is creativity. So for every business, creativity is very important. We know this business world is very dynamic, and it is impacted by various kinds of environmental factors, both at the internal level as well as the external environmental factors, especially the socio-cultural factors, the competitors around, and also the changing needs and preferences of the customers pose a threat to every entrepreneurs, where the entrepreneurs must be very creative, and they must be able to attract the customers and sell their products very much. For that, they need creativity in every product they provide or every service they provide. Next is achievement motivation. So for an entrepreneur, achievement motivation is very important. He must be confident, and with that same perseverance, he should be like psychologically, he should be, and emotionally he should be so strong that his need for achievement and success to take that step, and bear all kinds of risks that arise during the business activities. And next we have adaptability and flexibility. So it depends on the business environment, so it keeps on changing, and various factors, as I said, internal and external factors, keep on affecting the business performances. So the business owners or the entrepreneurs must be able to adopt the changes in the organization, as well as they must be flexible in their rules and regulations also. So moving forward, let us learn about some of the factors promoting entrepreneurship. So here, factors promoting entrepreneurship means these are all the factors or the features which are contributing to improve or encourage entrepreneurship among the individuals or a group of people. So all these are gives a positive push towards the entrepreneurship activities. So let us learn what are those factors which are encouraging the entrepreneurs or helping the individual to get into entrepreneurship. So some of the factors includes economic factors. So economic factors are the most important factors in every entrepreneurship or a business field or in any economy, because the availability of capital is very important. So easy access to loans, venture capitalist or business or the commercial angels have started investing in the ideas of the individuals, and they're encouraging startups. And also infrastructure like good roads and good communication channels, as well as high speed internet facilities, other infrastructure facilities are also encouraging the entrepreneurs to take up the business, as well as the market demand in the economy. So the changing population, increasing population, the demand for certain goods are also encouraging the individuals to take up the businesses in those fields. So these are all the economic factors. Next, social and cultural factors. So when I say social and cultural factors, it means society's attitude towards entrepreneurship can either encourage or discourage the entrepreneurship or entrepreneurial activities. So, social legitimacy. In those societies where the entrepreneurship is encouraged, there the entrepreneurs are more and more motivated to take entrepreneurial activities. And if they have a family oriented, so if the family belongs to a business background, then it is very easy for the individuals to take up the entrepreneurship, because even the family also encourages them to take up the businesses. Apart from that, the education and training. The modern education systems allows the individuals to learn about risk-taking abilities and equip more and more skills that are needed for the entrepreneurial purpose. So that is regarding the social and cultural factors. Next comes political and legal factors. So political system at the stable government, the taxation system, and the rules and restrictions of the society, the economic system, as well as the political system, the legal formalities that is needed for starting up the business. Maybe, say for example, it might be the concept of LPG in India, for example, liberalization, privatization or globalization factors, ease of doing business factors, as well as the red tapeism and say for example the business registration process. So all these factors will affect the entrepreneurship. So a positive or a kind of liberalization, privatization, globalizational factors, ease of doing business, and less number of rules and restrictions and less amount of paperwork also promote the entrepreneurship. Next is psychological factors. So psychological factors are the internal factors an individual possesses. So this is an internal motivation that push an individual to take up entrepreneurship or business. Say for example, is achievement motivation, his urge to succeed in life or earn more or take that risk and perseverance keeps him motivated and committed to the entrepreneurship. Say for example, Harlan Sanders, if we take the example, the founder of KFC. So he went to 1,000+ restaurants at the age of 62 selling his recipe, and he was rejected, and the 1,010th restaurant said yes, or a partner said yes to him. So that perseverance and motivation keeps every individuals to take up the entrepreneurial activities. Next, government policies and support. So some of the schemes and policies by the government of that particular country, as well as the support by through various yojanas. So if we take the example of India, both the central government and the state government are encouraging and promoting the entrepreneurial activities, and also encouraging the individuals to take up the entrepreneurial activities, as it contributes for both the social and economic development of the nation. And entrepreneurship, as we discussed in the last session also, it helps for promoting the employment, as well as it contributes towards the GDP of the nation. So the government of India has many policies and schemes like Make in India, Startup India, and yojanas like Mudra Yojana, where it provides the financial assistance. And at the central as well as the state level also, we have Karnataka State Financial Corporation lending loans to those who wish to start a business, and DICs, etc. So this support pushes the people of the country to take up the entrepreneurship. Next is financial factors. So when it comes to financial factors, more and more, there's commercial banks and the industrial development banks and particular sector banks contributing, and encouraging the people to take up entrepreneurship by lending them loan at a very subsidized rate of interest, are also contributing towards entrepreneurship. Then technological factors like advanced technology or a new technology is also creating business opportunities for the people, where through new platforms, websites, e-commerce, so all these are creating and encouraging entrepreneurship. Moving forward, we have barriers to entrepreneurship. So barriers here means hurdles or hindrances, or those factors which stop or do not allow people to enter into entrepreneurship. So what are these barriers to entrepreneurship? What are these factors that pull back the individuals to take up the entrepreneurial activities? The first and foremost is the personal or psychological barrier. So this is very important, as every individuals would like to start a business and earn more, but many fail because of this psychological barrier, because of the fear of loss or the fear of risk taking, that he or she will have their fear that they'll be misjudged by the society, or the fear of loss in the business, fear of failure or lack of confidence and lack of decision making skills, so will not allow them to succeed in entrepreneurial activities. And also sometimes lack of sustained motivation and lack of resistance to change can also lead to or is a barrier to entrepreneurship, as sometimes people may prefer 9 to 5 jobs, where instead of taking that risk of working hard and dedicate the entire time or a day towards business. So next we have is economic barrier. So economic barrier is the one where the people are not able to start a business because of lack of finance. So where sometimes a very talented individuals might not able to generate or implement his ideas just because of lack of the bank finance. So or lack of collateral or lack of idea or knowledge regarding these various schemes and facilities. So all these are affecting the individuals to not to take up entrepreneurship. And sometimes shortage of raw materials, especially during the peak seasons, or unavailability of raw materials, unavailability of skilled laborers, high cost of production or high cost of technology. So all this is an hindrance to the entrepreneurship or entrepreneurial activities. Next is environmental and also societal or political barriers. So here the various kinds of tax, high interest, then tax rates and high interest on loans, as well as some of the societal and political barriers like unstable government, or too much of rules and regulations, red tapeism, too many restrictions on either imports or exports, or conducting the business or in the registration process, so or through registering the company. So all this is causing a barrier and hindrance or a problem to the entrepreneurship. Next we have is financial barriers. So this financial barriers includes lack of adequate finance or insufficient funds, and sometimes lack of collateral, lack of not getting the bank loans on proper time, lack of working capital will also affect the businesses. Then government and regulatory barriers, as I said, a stable government, an unstable government, or changing rules and regulations on the businesses. So all this can be a barrier to the entrepreneurship, can discourage the entrepreneurs sometimes. Say for example, lengthy registration processes, high taxation, and also bureaucratic delays, etc. will discourage the entrepreneurs. So next is infrastructure barriers. So sometimes, especially in the rural entrepreneurs, so lack of road facility, so proper internet connection, then proper, if they are a manufacturing business, lack of electricity, power, so lighting, all these factors will affect their businesses. And for those who live in a remote places, lack of transportation facilities, especially the supply of raw materials or for the finished goods. So all that is an infrastructure barriers towards the entrepreneurship. Then technological barriers, where due to the advanced technology, sometimes the entrepreneurs are not able to adopt and new technologies from time to time. And sometimes the entrepreneur might not be aware of the technology that he can use. So high cost of technology, lack of technological expertise can cause the barrier to entrepreneurship. So this was regarding the traits of entrepreneurship, then factors promoting entrepreneurship, as well as we have discussed barriers to entrepreneurship. Hope you all have understood. Thank you.